Last time on DragonBall Z.
Goku owes you a lot, actually. You did train his son. There is an enemy that is awfully familiar. Are you sick? Jeez. Okay, this is his brother. He's way cooler. Hey guys, Saxu26 here, and welcome back to Let's Play DragonBall Z, the Legacy of Goku 2. Last time we went to the Triceratops jungle and we sorted out the Triceratops King, who was running amok in the farm villages. And then on the way out we ran into Cooler, who decided to mash up the plot of both of his movies and be like, I am making a declaration of war, but you will fight me on New Namek. Okay Cooler, whatever you say, just gonna mess with the continuity. I'm happy he's here. I'm so happy they acknowledge Cooler because he's kind of awesome. Also, since the last part, I've trained Gohan up to the level that Piccolo is, and since I haven't been playing as Piccolo, his health and energy have been refilling as he's been an inactive character in the Switch character select. So now, I can come back with the news that the Triceratops King has been all sorted out. And now, for bravery beyond the call of justice, I present Hercule with the key to the city that has just been stolen by an old man. Okay. And the mayor's like, show us your daring deeds and chase after him. I mean, remember, we were told the story that Hercule defeated the warlord, and we also know that Hercule is the current reigning winner of the World Martial Arts Tournament. Then why aren't you going after the city key? But the fans demand a lot of me. Karate chopping tiles just doesn't cut it anymore. So, someone needs to get back the key to the city, otherwise Hercule will be ruined. I mean, at least you're not playing Eyes of the Lion anymore. So, the gentleman in red there is obviously causing a bit of a problem. So, we need to chase after him. Where is he going? He's heading very much leftwards, and that's the only area we haven't really been to. Given the fact that Hercule was last remembered for defeating the Warlord, yep, he's going into the Warlord's Keep. Now, if I remember correctly, there is actually an NPC here in the Royal District who is worth talking to about this. I think my husband was kidnapped by those bandits to the west of the city. No one has heard from him in months, and I fear the worst. It's been a struggle raising the children without him. So, not only do we need to chase after this man who just stole the key to the city, we also need to find someone who is lost. Whether those two instances are connected, I don't know. But anyways, an old man just came through. Yep, we're getting in on him. The mayor's given us safe passage. Fantastic. Save point? Thank you. Now this is where things are going to start to get dastardly. Oh, and this music. This, I would say, is probably my third favorite tune in the whole series. And these guys usually come in tandem with it. Henchmen of the once defeated warlord. These guys are problematic. They have grenade launchers on their shoulders. They deal solely in long-range combat, and once the mortars hit you, they deal heavy... Ooh, gold capsule. They deal heavy damage. You want to get in close, but you want to be wary of what they're doing. Or wait for them to fire and then work your way around. Because if they get into a quick fire, that can deal some pretty heavy damage. They are part of the reason why I wanted Gohan being at the same level of Piccolo when we came in here. Because the Ladybugs are one thing, the Warlord's henchmen, it's another thing entirely. So we have two quests to work on while we're here. Retrieving the key to the city, and rescuing the kidnapped man. Dealing with the henchmen as we go. These guys are some of the toughest enemies we're going to be facing compared to what we've dealt with so far. The Kuma mercenaries are pretty bad. Like, the sword swings have been... Whew. Getting Gohan up from level 8 against those guys has been a bit of a thing. But these guys, the mortars are an even bigger problem. Alright. Magic barrier blocking off the cave entrance. We can't go there, but we can go up. So let's have a quick look. There is a destroyed stronghold. Caged off there. What have we got to the left? Nothing much. But there is a man there. So, let's make our way around. And I'm going to grab that capsule on the way back out, definitely. No questions about it. That was the kidnapped man. So the henchmen were basically keeping him hostage, and he had a gold capsule. Awesome, another 2 in this part. I am pleased with that. So, ever since the warlord was defeated, the henchmen have basically been carrying out their master's act. Keeping that guy hostage and basically trying to get a little bit of leverage. Try and bring Hercule out and bring him into a state where he could be pulled up. But with all the things that are going on, the fact that he's the current World Martial Arts Champion, and his acts as the defeater of the West City Warlord are the reason that he was able to get enough of an influence to reinstate the World Martial Arts Tournament. That was the order it happened in. He defeated the Warlord, reinstated the World Martial Arts Tournament, and proved his strength in that, thus being considered the strongest man alive. Considering the time gap between Goku and Piccolo's time and the time of Hercule, it's all relative. And if anyone asks, say, the announcer, I'm sure he would tell you otherwise, that what has been of the tournament nowadays is paling in comparison to the days of Piccolo versus Goku. Or, more specifically, Majin, as was his, I want to say stage name so much as his tournament name, when he wasn't willing to reveal his identity as a direct descendant of King Piccolo. I mean, the guy murdered people mercilessly and went after people on a massive hit list through all the contestants competing in the tournament, so I mean, could you blame him really? But yeah, real kicker now that we've got him in up high. But yeah, going through this is Gohan's a nice change, and he's actually getting a lot more leveling through this, but I'm probably going to send Piccolo on the way back to try and even things out, which will be pretty good. 16, so far so good. And getting a decent spread on the leveling up as well. That was branching back to there, so we'll go through the bottom. The good thing is, in the same way that you can block energy attacks with energy attacks, the mortars can be deflected with an energy blast. But relying on that can be a bit of a waste of energy based on how much you rely on it. Otherwise, you can be in a pretty good state to do that. So now on the beach side, just sitting on the dock there casually. Cool, cool, cool. I'm not going to deal with going around corners or any of that nonsense. There we go. Getting nice and close to level 17, which is great. And getting more capsules. Getting capsules early on is great. We're getting gold ones, we're getting stat boost ones. I'm happy. No complaints from me. Okay, is that everyone in this area? I feel like I may have missed... just a ladybug on the edge there. Okay, and a couple of tiger bandits here. Fantastic. Is there any more path? No, let's check the map quickly just to make absolutely sure. Sweet! But we can see where the other flight charge is, which is just on the other side of the trees here. Great! So, no one else would have been able to get in here without a raft or without swimming. So obviously it was a good thing that Gohan and Piccolo came this way. I nearly punched the squirrel. That would not be a good idea, dude. So, we've come to this hut. Let's scan a butterfly. I should do that. Do that while I'm here. Anyways, and another save point. Fantastic. I will try and get Gohan close to level 17 before we leave though, just so I make the most of this trip. And here we are. We're in a home with a dog running around. How you doing? And this man. Yeah, I was the one who stole the key of the city, but I have a good reason. Oh, this'll... Gohan. 1 minute really trusting of Trunks, the next minute skeptical. The reason I stole is because Hercule doesn't deserve it. He claimed the warlord. Day in and day out, the warlord's men were marching around the forest. It was driving me batty. And they were going to ruin my home. So I went into the warlord's hideout and went totally medieval on them. Karate chopped in the neck. And the next thing I know, this Hercule guy is taking the credit for what I did. Gohan just kind of like, huh. You know, that would explain why Hercule didn't do anything. You can take that thing back. Mantle, fridge, no. Put it in the cave out of the wilderness. Protected by a magic charm. Remember, we live in a world where Baba exists. Magic is not that out of place, to be fair. So, this guy not only is decently strong for his age, but also is well versed with magic as well. He put a hex on the cave so no one could get in, and yeah, leave me alone, I'm a hermit. I'm the kind of hermit that doesn't like talking to people. So, what about the chest though? +3 endurance capsule, yes please. And I respect your dog. Now the other cool thing is, in the same way that the cookies restore 1 experience, 1 health, the punching bag here actually counts as a punch per every hit, and you can crit on it like you would with any normal hits, which is pretty awesome. It registers every hit, both energy and melee. So, if you wanted to, you could theoretically, I don't know why you would want to, grind on this punching bag for as long as you want, and actually level up as you go. But yeah, having to do that to get out that last crook of level 17, very time consuming. I wouldn't advise it as your sole source of experience. But it can be done. Just takes a decent while. So, now that we've got Gohan to level 17, let's switch across to Piccolo and do the same for him on the way back out. Because we gotta go get the key to the city, and then we can leave. We're doing really good in terms of progress and collecting things, so I'm pretty happy. Alright guys, get out of the way. 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 Now I have a Piccolo to deal with the henchmen. Hopefully this shouldn't go too, like, terribly. Alright, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There they are. Oh boy. Level 15, fantastic. Getting everyone up is proving to be very, very helpful. So I'm glad I had 1 trip in and 1 trip out to do this. It's going to make life a lot easier later down the track as well. Because we saw the cast of characters we're going to be working with in the opening. We've got 5 characters we're going to have to manage. And as it is, keeping the first 2 good so that they don't get left behind is pretty quintessential. Okay, sorted them out. And just going to deal with the ones down here. Now we should be getting... Oh yeah, that's it. Thank you for attacking the rock. Much appreciated. More meat. Fantastic. And now we're in the area with the cave. Level 16. Fantastic. Where are the rest of Tiger Bandit? Let's get rid of these guys. That one. Main thing is I want to be at a stage where if I shot the... There we go. That's giving me a good gauge for where our power is at the moment. You want to be getting to a stage where ladybugs are literally a 1 punch or 1 shoot deal. Considering how quickly melee can go up, sometimes it gets a bit more ahead. So, good to keep a good eye on it. There we go, the key to West City. Fantastic. And with that, we can get out of here. Just making sure I am aiming for... Yep, I am aiming for level 17. Okay. Get back here. Cool, cool, cool. The way out. It's a pretty decent experience progress as well. I didn't even need to really force any grinding on anything, which is pretty good. The second it gets grind heavy or feels like it's turning into grinding is the second that it feels more of a chore to actually level up the characters, and that's a fail. Unfortunately, one of the real flow killers, but I do need to respawn some of these guys so that I can get that last blip up. I mean, or I could always go back to the punching bag, but definitely a little too time consuming. We've got places to be and things to do. Thank you. And back up here. Bang. Level 17. And back out. Fantastic. First things first. first, gonna save. Gonna check on the guards here. Yes, he had good trust in us, and we're all good. Let's check on how that kidnapped guy is now that he's back. There we are, man. Glad to hear it. Alright. Life can return back to normal, and everyone just wants to play. Billy is slower than me, Trent always wants to play. And what about the daughter? Lynn is always tired. Good to know. It will have no bearing on anything in the near future. but it is a thing. Piccolo, come on. Stop f***ing around. Anyways. Back to City Hall. We have the key. We have the information. We have the power. Yes, doesn't cut it anymore. Thank you for getting the key back. Now we can finish the ceremony. You gotta appreciate Piccolo though, being the humble one and wanting to give the old man the chance to speak his piece. Orange Star City in 15 minutes. Huh. Remember that city name. Remember that city name. And so he is presented the key to the city. Well, Gohan, it's time to get out of here and start the real training. Let's go. Journal updated. The only mission we have left, other than finding the gold capsules, is to meet Goku in East District 439 to begin our training. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so now we can access from the map, we can access Capsule Corp and the highway. But where we want to be going is right back to East District 439. Okay. Everyone present and accounted for? I think yes. Oh, Goku, what do you think? We had to deal with Hercule. You said it, Piccolo. So we have 3 years to train. And so, the Z Fighters all began their training for the arrival of the androids in 3 years. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.